Norway. For many, it's a picture-perfect dream, breathtaking fjords, clean air, and a society that values well-being. Social media and travel shows paint Norway as a paradise of happiness and prosperity. But for those who move here, does reality match the dream? That's the story we'll explore. So, what if I told you that life in Norway isn't always as perfect as it looks on a postcard? What if the reality of living here in 2025 is far more complex and challenging than the smiling photos on Instagram suggest? I've spent a great deal of time exploring Europe, and I've learned that the most rewarding places are often the ones with hidden depths and surprising complexities. Norway is no exception. Behind the beautiful landscapes and the world's happiest country rankings, there's a darker side, a set of struggles that most people don't see until they are actually living here, day in and day out. This isn't about shattering the dream of Norway, but about painting a more complete and honest picture. For many who move here, the initial awe can quickly give way to a sense of shock. The first surprise is often financial. The high salaries you hear about are certainly real, but they are matched by a cost of living that can feel staggering. Everyday expenses, from a carton of milk to a simple meal out, can be jaw-droppingly high. The quality of life is exceptional, but it comes at a price you pay every single day, in every single transaction. Then, there is the social aspect, which can be one of the most difficult challenges for newcomers. Norwegians are often described as kind and polite, but they are also famously reserved and private. The warm, spontaneous social interactions that are common in many other cultures are rare here. Building a social circle can be a slow and at times lonely process. The cultural coldness, as some expats call it, isn't intentional or mean-spirited. It's simply a different way of life, but if you arrive expecting to make friends easily, you may find yourself feeling isolated, even in a bustling city. These are the truths that lie just beneath the surface. They are the realities that don't make it into the travel brochures. They are the stories of grappling with a housing market in crisis, navigating a complex bureaucracy, and enduring long, dark winters that can take a serious toll on your mental health. This isn't the Norway of fantasy. This is the Norway that people actually live in. It's a country of incredible beauty and opportunity, but it's also a place that will test your resilience, your patience, and your expectations in ways you never imagined. In this journey today, we're going to dive deep into the hidden struggles of daily life in Norway, specifically looking at the situation in 2025. This isn't about complaining or being negative. Instead, it's about providing an honest, clear-eyed guide for anyone who is dreaming of making this country their home. Think of this as the friendly advice you wish you had before you moved, the kind of practical, real-world insight that helps you prepare for the challenges ahead. We will explore the aspects of Norwegian life that are often overlooked but are essential for understanding what you're signing up for. We will start with the issue that hits everyone first, the shocking cost of living. We'll break down the numbers, looking at everything from groceries and rent to electricity bills that can make your eyes water. We'll examine why even a good Norwegian salary can feel like it's barely enough to get by, especially for foreigners who are starting from scratch without the financial safety nets that many locals have. Money is a major source of stress for many newcomers, and understanding the economic reality is the first step toward a successful move. From there, we will tackle the growing housing crisis. Finding a place to live in major cities like Oslo has become a battle. We'll discuss the soaring property prices that are locking a whole generation out of homeownership, and the intense competition in the rental market. What is a hybel? Why do landlords ask for such massive deposits? These are the practical questions we will answer. Securing a roof over your head is a fundamental need, but in Norway today, it's one of the biggest hurdles you will face. Finally, we'll move beyond the practical and into the personal. We'll talk about social isolation, the cultural coldness, and the reality of work-life burnout that can happen even in a country famous for its 4 p.m. workdays. And as we near the end of our exploration, I'll share my own personal reflection and answer the big question: would I still choose to live in Norway, knowing everything I know now? So, stay with me, because we're about to pull back the curtain on the real Norway. Landing in Norway, the first shock is the money. Norway's high salaries are real, but so are the costs. Everyday expenses add up fast. Many newcomers are stunned by how quickly savings disappear, not on luxuries, but on basics. The sticker shock is real. Norway's paradise comes with a price tag you must be ready for. Daily life in Norway comes with a wallet shock. Groceries, eating out, and even public transport cost far more than in neighboring countries. A simple supermarket trip or a pizza out can feel like a luxury. So, you plan meals at home, invite friends over, and rethink every purchase. Norway's beauty is undeniable, but the cost of living is a daily reality. Housing is the biggest expense in Norway, especially in major cities. Rent consumes a large part of your salary, with fierce competition. Deposits are high, requiring significant cash up front. Utilities, especially electricity, add to the financial strain. This creates a trap, making it hard to move or improve your situation. Living in Norway as an expat is a unique challenge, especially financially. Locals often have intergenerational support, like inheriting property, which newcomers lack. Expats start from scratch, facing high costs in one of the world's priciest countries. Initial expenses, like rent deposits and furnishing, can be overwhelming. Without family help, expats pay full price for everything, widening the income gap. Before moving, research and budget carefully, considering all potential expenses. A solid financial plan and savings are crucial for surviving the initial shock. This preparation is key to long-term success in Norway. Understanding these challenges helps set realistic expectations. With the right approach, you can thrive despite the initial hurdles. The housing market in Norway is a daunting challenge for many. Prices in cities like Oslo have skyrocketed, making homeownership a distant dream. Even locals worry about being locked out of the market. A small Oslo apartment can cost over 6 million kroner. The required down payment is often unattainable for newcomers. This creates a divide between property owners and permanent renters. The market feels rigged against those without wealth. Renting consumes income without building equity, adding frustration. Expats face the harsh reality of being outsiders in this market. Despite good jobs, housing remains a significant barrier. Renting in Norway is as challenging as buying. The rental market is hyper-competitive with few desirable options. Foreigners often face disadvantages compared to locals. Securing a rental feels like a job interview, requiring proof of stability. High deposits and upfront costs are common barriers. Renting involves significant compromises on location and amenities. The perfect apartment is rare, sacrifices are necessary. It's about finding something available, not ideal. The process is daunting, but persistence is key. Understanding these dynamics helps manage expectations. Newcomers often encounter compact living spaces in Norway. The Hybel, a small studio, is a common option for singles. These spaces offer limited privacy and comfort. Shared laundry facilities are standard, adding inconvenience. Apartments prioritize efficiency over space. Minimalism becomes a necessity due to limited storage. Balconies and ample space are luxuries. Adjusting to this reality can be challenging. The housing provides shelter, but may not feel like home. Embracing this lifestyle requires a shift in expectations. Timing is crucial in Norway's housing market. Late summer is peak season, with fierce competition. Winter offers fewer listings, increasing desperation. Quick decisions are often necessary, even for subpar options. Short-term rentals drain savings and add stress. Planning your move strategically is essential. Avoid peak times and start your search early. Persistence and preparation are vital for success. The market demands flexibility and readiness. Finding housing is about availability, not perfection. Social connection in Norway is a unique challenge. Norwegians value privacy and personal space. Casual small talk is uncommon, creating a sense of distance. Social interactions are reserved for established relationships. This cultural trait can feel isolating for newcomers. The lack of spontaneous connection requires adjustment. Understanding this helps manage expectations. Norwegians are aware of their reserved nature. Adapting to this social landscape takes time. Embracing the culture requires patience and openness. Making friends in Norway takes time and effort. Norwegians value deep, long-standing bonds, so breaking in can be tough. Joining clubs or activities is the best way to connect. Friendship here grows through shared experiences, not quick chats. Often your closest friends may be other foreigners, so be patient and keep reaching out. If making friends in Norway is challenging during the bright summer months, it becomes infinitely more difficult during the winter. As the days grow shorter and the darkness descends, a phenomenon known as social hibernation takes hold. The already reserved Norwegian society seems to retreat even further inward. The parks and outdoor cafes, which were hubs of activity in the summer, become empty and silent. People rush from their warm homes to their warm offices and back again, with little time or energy for social interaction in between. The entire country seems to go into a low-power mode, conserving energy for the long months ahead. This seasonal shift has a dramatic impact on mental health, particularly for newcomers who are not accustomed to it. The combination of limited sunlight and social isolation can be a potent recipe for what is known as vinterdepression, or winter depression. The lack of casual social contact amplifies feelings of loneliness. Your small apartment can start to feel like a prison, and the darkness outside can feel like it's mirroring a darkness growing within you. This is, without a doubt, one of the most significant aspects of the dark side of Scandinavian life, and it should not be underestimated. During these months, the already high barrier to socializing becomes even higher. People are less inclined to go out after work. Spontaneous plans are replaced by the cozy, inward-focused concept of koselig, while koselig, creating a warm, comfortable atmosphere at home with candles, blankets, and good company, is a wonderful survival strategy. It is often enjoyed with close family and longtime friends. If you haven't yet built that inner circle, you can feel excluded from this essential part of Norwegian winter culture. You see the warm, glowing windows from the outside, but you're not invited in. To survive the winter, you must be proactive and resilient. It's crucial to force yourself to go outside, even for a short walk in the limited daylight. You have to be the one to organize a movie night, suggest a potluck dinner, or invite a colleague for a weekend coffee. Relying on others to make the plans will likely leave you waiting alone. The social hibernation of winter is a real and powerful force. If you are not mentally prepared for it, and if you don't have strategies in place to combat the isolation, it can be a deeply challenging and painful experience. Norway may seem lonely at first, but once Norwegians open up, the friendships you form are deep and loyal, built to last. Norwegians value honesty and genuine connection over small talk. When you're invited to their height, you know you've truly been accepted. The warmth of these friendships can carry you through even the darkest winters. Norway is famous for its work-life balance, early finishes, long vacations, and strong labor rights. But for newcomers, it's not always so simple. Expats often work longer hours, feeling pressure to prove themselves, and can struggle to fit in. The strict line between work and private life can make it hard to build connections outside the office. Perhaps the single greatest professional hurdle for a foreigner in Norway is the language. While it's true that almost all Norwegians speak excellent English, this does not mean that the job market is wide open for English speakers. In 2025, employers are increasingly prioritizing candidates who are fluent in Norwegian. Why? Because being able to speak the language is seen as a sign of commitment and a key to integrating fully into the workplace culture. Many jobs that are advertised as English-speaking online will still have a hidden preference for Norwegian speakers, putting you at an immediate disadvantage. This language requirement acts as a gatekeeper, locking many highly skilled and qualified expats out of their chosen fields. It's a common and disheartening story. A talented engineer, marketer, or project manager finds themselves unable to secure a position commensurate with their experience. Instead, they end up in underqualified roles, working in hospitality, delivery services, or cleaning jobs just to make ends meet while they struggle to learn the language. This can be a significant blow to one's professional identity and self-esteem, creating a frustrating gap between your potential and your reality. Even once you commit to learning Norwegian, the process is long and demanding. It requires a significant investment of time and money. Often, while you are already juggling the pressures of a new job and the high cost of living, reaching a level of fluency sufficient for a professional environment can take years, not months. In the meantime, you might feel stuck in a career-holding pattern, watching your skills become outdated while your Norwegian peers advance. The job market rewards stability and local experience, but for a newcomer, it can feel like a maze with no clear entrance. This is all compounded by the slow and often confusing bureaucracy. Navigating the systems for residence permits, tax registration, and unemployment benefits can be a full-time job in itself. Each step requires precise documentation and a great deal of patience. The systems are designed to work well, but honestly, they were built for a stable, homogeneous population, not for the complexities of international migration. For a newcomer, dealing with this bureaucracy while simultaneously trying to find meaningful work can feel like an uphill battle fought on multiple fronts. Now, let's turn to a challenge that is completely out of your control but will impact every aspect of your life. The weather, and more specifically, the darkness. You've probably seen the stunning photos of the midnight sun, but you must also be prepared for its opposite. Toriller an o en nan I an arturs, or ar myrketide. From November to February, sunlight becomes a scarce and precious commodity. In the northern parts of the country, like Tromsø, the sun doesn't rise at all for 2 solid months. Even in the south, in Oslo, the daylight hours are brutally short. You can easily leave for work in the pitch dark and return home in the pitch dark. The physical and psychological effects of this prolonged darkness are profound. Your energy levels can plummet, making it a struggle just to get out of bed in the morning. Many people experience mood swings, a lack of motivation, and a persistent feeling of grogginess. This is what locals call vinterdepression, winter depression, and it is a very real and common public health issue. Your body's internal clock is thrown into disarray by the lack of natural light cues, disrupting your sleep patterns and affecting your overall well-being. This is not just a case of winter blues. It's a physiological response to an extreme environment. Norwegians have developed a whole culture of survival strategies to cope with the darkness. These routines are not just helpful, they are essential. Almost everyone takes a daily dose of vitamin D supplements to compensate for the lack of sun exposure. Many people invest in daylight lamps, special high-intensity lights that mimic natural sunlight, and use them for 20 to 30 minutes each morning to help regulate their body clock and boost their mood. These aren't seen as quirky gadgets, they are considered vital tools for maintaining mental and physical health through the winter. Another key strategy is embracing the concept of koseligg. As the outside world becomes dark and cold, Norwegians turn their focus inward, creating warmth, light, and comfort inside their homes. They light candles, wrap themselves in woolen blankets, and share warm drinks and simple meals with their loved ones. It's a conscious effort to create a sanctuary of coziness to counteract the gloom outside. However, as a newcomer, if you haven't yet built that close circle of friends, it can be hard to partake in this tradition, making the darkness feel even more isolating. In Norway, weather shapes daily life. The saying, "There's no such thing as bad weather, only bad clothing," is a way of life. Norwegians get outdoors in any weather, rain, snow, or wind, embracing resilience and investing in quality gear. If you adapt and find joy in all conditions, you'll thrive here. After facing Norway's high costs, housing struggles, and long winters, is it worth it? For me, yes, because I value the peace, safety, and natural beauty here. But Norway demands patience and resilience. If you seek fast-paced excitement, it may not be for you. The rewards are real, but you must come with eyes wide open. Norway isn't a fairy tale. The glossy images online show only one side. Real life here means high prices, small apartments, and long, dark winters. But happiness is built through resilience, found in small victories, sunny days, and genuine connections. See Norway as it is. Real, challenging, and rewarding. Dreaming of Norway? My advice: prepare, prepare, prepare. Don't move on a whim. Meticulous planning is key. Build a strong financial cushion, research costs, and understand the culture. Expect loneliness and slow friendships. With humility, realistic expectations, and thorough preparation, you'll thrive in this incredible adventure. Everyone's experience of Norway is unique. The beauty here is often found in the struggle, embracing the weather, building friendships, and learning the language. Each challenge you overcome helps you belong. Norway will change you, teaching patience and joy in small moments. The struggle is what makes the happy ending meaningful.